and music.
Oh, wow.
Big names, big songs, big guests, big prizes.
Well, it's a big show. Okay.
The Big Show.
Put your hands together for the one and only
Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean.
That's what I'm talking about.
1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits.
1, 2, 3.
Good morning and welcome to the show. It's The Big Show. Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean. And every Monday we're joined by Natalie Dau, also known as Rockstar Arms.
Good morning. Good morning.
How was your weekend, Nat?
It was good. It was, pretty healthy. Not too bad, thank you.
Do you work out at all over the weekend or do you take a break completely?
No, I normally run Saturday, Sunday, and then some sort of home stretching and mobility work on the weekend.
Oh, wow.
No rest for Natalie. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Every time I see her post something, it's about working out.
Yeah, because someone just asked me the other day, so you've got Rockstar Arms on your show. Can you ask her if she ever takes a day off?
Yeah. So
recovery.
exactly right, active recovery. So Angel saw me do yoga the other day, so that was...
Was that active resting?
I think that was more of a workout for me.
So you don't take a break because active resting is still active, right?
Yes,
You're still
correct.
doing something, yeah.
Doing something, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because you run so much, Natalie, I reckon, your legs can get pretty tight.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm in my recovery systems pants all the time. I'm constantly rolling them out and stretching. So so my active rest day might just be doing some, a home workout and then some stretching.
So speaking about pain, like a lot of people suffer from back pain, and that includes Mark.
Very badly.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, the older people in the studio.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you,
No,
Angel.
I have back pains once in a while as well. Just today, I'm fine. Now, so what exercises should one avoid if you have back pain?
Yeah, so most definitely things like lifting anything overhead is bad for you. So heavy objects, heavy weight lifting, and then high impact things like, running and jumping can be super bad. And things that people forget are like toe touches, like repetitive movements of bending down isn't good if it's done in a wrong way. Back extensions are really bad. And then anything that's sort of twisting isn't fantastic for you.
So things like cat calls are not a good idea?
They're supported, so they're not so bad. Right. That's a supported movement, but if you're just twisting side to side aggressively, not so good.
Okay.
Nat, remember a couple of weeks ago I said I did 3 classes in a row?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? It really hurt my back.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I'm only feeling really good today.
And you haven't worked out since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it, but I hurt myself
So
a
never
little bit.
again then.
Never again.
I think 1 hour a day is more than enough.
Just two classes max, but not 3.
So here's a question. I mean, if you, just because you brought it up, Glenn, if you don't want to work out 7 days a week and you do what Glenn does, 3 hours in one day, does that make up for all the other days that you miss out on?
Yeah, it's, any exercise is good, but it's pretty aggressive. And if it then results in you not being able to move, then that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So, I think smaller chunks is much better if you can.
Moderation, Glenn.
Well, it's not like I didn't know it. It's just I tried it. I just wanted to push myself and see if I would get hurt.
And you
See
did.
what would happen.
And you did.
Yes.
Let's see if I get hurt. Oh, I was right.
Because I'm someone who would rather just exercise a little bit every day.
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
much better for you. Keep the body moving.
But yeah, sometimes people do stupid things.
Excited.
So if you're
I've learned my lesson.
If you're watching us on Facebook, you'll notice that Natalie and I have these lovely new sort of silicone scarves that I think they're made.
Oh, look, they look really nice when you flop them over like that.
Yes, and they keep you
So fashionable.
They're very multifunctional because besides looking good and keeping your neck warm, you can also exercise with them, and that's exactly what we're going to do when we go to Facebook.
It's going to be brilliant. So if you've got these exercise bands, all right, do take them out because it's going to be all about exercise bands.
And if you don't, can you use a towel for this?
You can. You can modify it with a towel. That's fine as well.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Okay.
All right. We've got Natalie Dau, also known as Rockstar Arms, with us. It's time to work out. Meantime, your CNC Music Factory gonna make you sweat on The Big Show.
That's a great workout song.
Oh, yeah, I know. I like that song. My era.
All of our era.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'll show you the exercises today, guys. So we're using these PTP bands, which are fantastic resistance bands. So the first exercise we're going to do, and we're focused mainly on upper body since we're talking about back today, is we're doing a pull apart. So you just pop the band around your hands, and we're just pulling it apart like this. So the idea is to really pull your back in as you do it. If you want it to be easier, you just hold the band further away. If you want it harder, you hold it closer. The second one we're doing is a row. So we're going to step on the band, and we're going to grab the band down below our knee or at our knee, and we're going to do a row up, and then obviously change arms. Next one is a deadlift. So stepping on the band with both feet, wrapping it around our hands again and grabbing it down just below our knees, and then standing up like that. So make sure there's enough tension that you can feel hamstrings working. And then the last one, keep it wrapped around your arms. We're going to go behind our heads, pull the band apart, and do an overhead press.
Okay.
So it is possible with these to cheat a bit if you haven't got enough tension on the band, but the beauty of it is that, this is a workout you can make your own. So if there's something that is a little bit harder, then just give yourself a bit more room with the band. All right, so we're going to do 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. Sean, do we have time for 2 rounds or just 1 round?
We can do 2 rounds now.
2 rounds now? Okay. All right, count it down. So get ready for those pull aparts. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Now this exercise everyone should do if they ever sit at a desk, because it's amazing to really open your shoulders. You want to squeeze your back behind. So squeeze those shoulder blades as you pull this band apart. And as you can see, we don't have to go super fast. It's not about getting a big sweat on. It's about activating all those muscles. That's it. Yeah, really stretch it out.
Ooh. It's burning, right?
Yeah, it's burning. Exactly. It's burning. That's good. You're doing it right.
My muscles have never burned like this.
It's a really good investment. It's a really good investment.
It is, yeah.
And if you get these PTP bands, they're the best quality.
And it's great.
They are
It's
the
a
best
great.
quality.
It's a great feel. It's
All right, now we're going to step on it with our right foot, grab it with our right hand, just at your knee if that suits. If you want to do it higher, that's fine. And we are doing a row, so we're keeping our elbow in super close to our body. And we're bringing our hand up just to our rib cage. But you should really feel your tricep on this and feel your lats as well.
Wow, looking good, FD.
Yeah.
So FD, if your back's sore, you can, you don't have to put as much tension on it. We've just got a slight bend in our knees as well, so they're nice and soft. But you really shouldn't be feeling this in your lower back at all.
All right.
Good job. 5 seconds left, and then we're going to switch arms. All right. Step it on the band with our other arms. I know it's a workout. It looks so simple.
Angel and ooh.
Who said this was easy?
Yeah. And as I said, these are awesome for traveling. Okay, and let's go left arm. Yeah, you don't need to carry around dumbbells or anything. These resistance bands are fantastic.
And so much lighter as well to travel with.
Exactly.
They have different tension.
Different-
I was about to
Correct.
ask. Yeah, different colors are different tensions, right?
That's right. We're using a pretty hard one today. We've got a strong one, which is the orange. So There are absolutely different tensions.
Are you feeling it in your back?
No.
You see, hold it a little bit more at the edge, and then you go all the way up, right,
up,
FD?
Yes.
As in like full range of motion. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You'll feel your
Okay,
lats
yeah,
a
there
little
you
bit
go.
more.
Yeah.
There. And sort of squeeze your back together. Okay, deadlift now. So we are going to stand on it with both feet. We're going to be hip width apart. And grab the band down where you feel comfortable. I always say below the knees, and then we're standing up and we're moving our hips forward as we stand up.
Oh,
so
it's like a kettlebell.
you sort of,
It's
exactly
like a deadlift.
right. So that movement, So we're,
Back straight, huh?
and it's nice and controlled. So you're not having to have a heavy weight to do this, but you're still getting the tension and feeling it through your hamstrings as well.
So you're not lifting your arms up at all? Okay.
No, just, keep them by your side. Yeah, just touching your thighs by your side. You know, the option is always, you can always do a wider deadlift as well with your legs a bit further apart.
Okay, this I feel in the small of my back.
Yes, but it's you should feel it. That's okay, but it shouldn't be doing any damage because you've got resistance there.
Okay.
We'll do
All
one
right.
set only today. I mean now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now let's
Can't
go
do it.
behind our heads and we're pushing up here. So
Wow.
you want to pull the band apart and push up at the same time. So that's it. So really feel like you're ripping the band apart as you're pushing up. Good job, guys. Full extension at the top. Again, great one if you're sitting down at work. Feel those backs and shoulders. 10 more
You
seconds.
can feel it in your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoulder blades. Right?
And FD is doing
So-
so well with the heavy band some more.
You should get one for everyone in the office, FD.
Yeah.
Actually, that's an
And
idea.
relax.
Yay!
Good job, guys.
Well done,
Woo!
First workout.
Yeah, FD.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you get to do one more later.
There you go.
It's interesting because there are some that I feel in the small of my back, and I know it's working because it's the left side of the small of my back, and that's where my problem is.
Ah, okay. So it's engaging that muscle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the lower back muscles that I have are very weak. Very weak.
Okay.
And I
so
can really feel that.
the thing. So that deadlift's good for you then because you can do it and you know if you're not having to drop a weight. You can control it with just
Right.
how you're holding
Yeah,
a band.
Yeah.
So is it a good idea for him to carry on doing it in small doses, or is it a warning to not carry on?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think there's a difference between sharp pain and just being a little bit uncomfortable.
It's
Yeah.
not a pain, it's a tightness that I'm feeling.
Okay, so that's okay. That should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Are,
working out that muscle.
Yeah, it's not a pain.
are you
it's
also
tightness.
feeling a little bit of a pain in your ass? Because
Glenn,
I mean the
you were
glutes.
just
Sorry,
waiting, right?
I mean the glutes.
No.
No, it hasn't worked the glutes.
No, not at all.
Clean
No,
up all
my ass be fine.
Okay, stand back. Going back
So,
on
so
it.
you're stretching your hamstrings a little bit. Matchbox 20. If you're gone right here on The Big Show. 1FM 91.3. It's Glenn Angel, FD and Sean, and Natalie Dau, also known as Rockstar Arms. She joins us every Monday for a workout, and today we're using these beautiful PTP bands.
They're really
and FD just did some deadlifts.
It's interesting.
What? Yeah.
Yes.
It is very interesting.
Is this something that you
Yeah.
would do at home as well?
It is something I would do at home because it's easy enough to do and it doesn't create pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to me, honestly, once I feel pain, my brain just switches off.
I mean, and these exercise bands from PTP, they're so light. You really have no excuse not to take them everywhere with you and do something, especially in the office or if you're going for a staycation and you don't want to go down to the gym, you're watching TV. There's so many different moves that you can do with them, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you can do a whole body workout with them. We're just focusing on sort of back and a bit of shoulders today. But, there's some amazing workouts you can do.
So we're talking about back pain. So what type of exercises should people consider doing if they have back pain?
Yeah, so you want to find exercises where you can find and maintain a neutral spine, so not putting any pressure on your spine when you're doing it. So that will cause less stress on your back. So, obviously things like yoga and Pilates are great, certain types. Walking, getting on the elliptical trainer, stationary biking is good because you can control resistance with all of those. And I know we've also said swimming and water aerobics are great. But other things like body weight exercises, things like wall sits when you're already supporting your back, some pelvic tilts, even a half squat or a lunge is really good. And then if you are doing weights, things like leg presses or a bench press or an incline press where your back is supported to do these weights. I think sitting on an exercise ball is a really good thing if you've got a weak back, because it forces you to stabilize all your muscles, especially your core, and then you can do some light weights while sitting on the ball as well.
When we talk about sitting on that ball, are we talking about you're sitting on the ball, you have one foot on the floor and you raise the other foot to try and maintain balance? Is that the sort of exercise?
That's a really good starting point.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to use weights, doing things like leg lifts on a ball like that is fantastic way to start. Yeah, so absolutely. And then you can actually do some upper body workouts as you feel more comfortable with weights.
Yeah, I say we take away FD's chair and give him the ball
The
now.
ball, right? Yeah, but that ball is too low. But when it comes to lower back pain, it is correlated to the strength of your abs and your core, right? So with someone who has back pain, is there any exercise or are there any exercises they can do to also strengthen the core?
Yeah, so things like pelvic tilts, you want to also strengthen your glutes as well. So everyone forgets about our butts, but that's supporting our back as well. You don't want to be doing straight leg sit-ups because that's going to put too much strain. So you want to, anything you do, it really needs to be, dialed back a bit around any core work just to make sure that your back is supported the whole time.
Okay. One more question. How do you know if you've done too much?
Yeah,
Pain.
Just ask me.
Yes, Glenn.
3 hours.
There's a difference between feeling, you should feel a bit of stiffness or tiredness after you work out 100%. But if the pain hasn't gone away in 2 days, then you've probably done some muscle damage or tissue damage as opposed to just working your muscles too much. So I think it's that 2 day thing, you're always sore on the second day. And if it hasn't gone by the third, then you've definitely maybe done a little bit of tissue damage. So you should rest and recover.
Okay, we're gonna go back on air. Music's gonna go back on air. We're gonna go back on Facebook. And before we start the next round, I've got a question for Nat that I've always wanted the answer to, and I've never asked anybody.
Sure. All right, here's Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3. Good morning.
Okay, Nat, I've heard you say this many times. I've heard a lot of exercise people say this. You never lock your knees. Your knees are always
Soft.
Why?
So it depends what exercise you're doing, but you really, you want to just have them slightly bent all the time. Number one, it stabilizes you better. So if you've locked your knees, you're tending to tip over more. So if your knees are relaxed, you can move around more and you can stabilize yourself so much more. So there's not a lot of exercises where you've got to really lock your knees out. They should, your legs are there to stabilize you in most exercises, and you can't do that if you've got a locked leg.
Okay.
Same thing for elbows as well, right? If you're doing a plank or something with your arms.
Yeah, and women, we hyperextend our elbows a lot, whereas males can't do that, but it's just something we do. So, unless you're doing some really heavy weights overhead and you need to lock out to support them, then that's fine. But other than that, I think you just get used to keeping things engaged, but slightly soft.
There are a lot of things that women can do that men can't do, but we won't go there today.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue. It's true. It's true.
Everyone's quiet now.
Then y'all can go and work out.
It's true.
All right, shall we do round two?
Round
Yeah,
two,
let's
baby.
do it. All right. And maybe this time if you're if you're feeling like you know what you're doing, you can make it a little bit tougher and hold it a bit closer this time. All right, guys, let me just get back to the start. Okay, 5-second countdown. We're doing those pull aparts first.
Have fun,
3, 2, 1.
everyone.
Oh, all right. Now these are I actually try and do 50 of these a day just to open my
Lord.
shoulders. Yeah, just even if it's sets of 225s, just to open your shoulders sitting at the desk. Oh,
Good when you're like watching TV and doing this.
Yeah, this is something
Yes.
you can do while you're watching TV.
absolutely. And you can be seated doing these too, so you don't even need to stand up to do this exercise.
But even if you're seated, you still need an upright back anyway.
Yes, that's right. So it's sort of making you hold good posture. All right, and relax, shake that out.
You did
Ooh,
22?
yes, it's a lot.
Ah. You want to
All
uprise?
right.
Yes.
We're on to those one arm rows. All right.
This is training for when you go to the shopping center. You have to carry all your
bags.
Huh?
Yes, your bags. Yeah. And again, so the knees are soft here. They're actually a little bit more bent, and you are hinged over. So as you're hinged over, you really want to suck in that belly as well. Make sure your glutes are engaged.
Don't lift your shoulder. Just only this part.
That's it.
Yeah, they look like a CrossFit.
See what I mean?
Right, you feel it?
Glutes engaged.
Yeah.
Glutes engaged. Yeah, just
My
squeeze your
favorite
butt.
part of your body.
Yeah.
My ass is going, what are you doing?
I haven't been like
Yeah,
this
I
in a
haven't
while.
seen you in a while.
How come you working me? I thought I was just to sit on.
But that's it. That's such a trick when you're working out. If you just think about squeezing your butt and squeezing your stomach when you work out, all the muscles that you forget you have just engage automatically without having to move. All right, left side. Let's go, guys. And it's also, if you're sucking in your stomach and your glutes, you're going to get some you're not going to fall because everything's engaged. So it helps with stability.
I feel it strains my back less if I straighten up more.
Yeah, so that's right. Find your sweet spot.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
then come up a bit.
Yeah, but if you're standing up right like that, it doesn't.
It is.
Yeah, but isn't it supposed to work the lats?
The lats and the triceps.
It is
Right.
feeling it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pulling back, not just
Here?
not
Are you
just
feeling
up,
it here as well?
Here as well.
Okay.
Okay, and relax. Good
Great for
job.
women who want to get rid of that bra bulge as well
Yes.
in the back.
Everyone has that.
Yeah, me
I
too.
don't.
Didn't know you wore a bra. Sean.
Me too.
All right, let's do those deadlifts now. So pushing those hips forward as we come up, and then just pushing the butt back as you go down. So you don't want to put the tension on your back and be hinging forward. You want to bend those legs slightly and push the butt back, like a bit like you're sitting down in a seat.
Maybe you can show them a side view.
There you go.
That's better.
All right, okay.
And everybody
Yeah.
can understand a bit.
Yes.
See how
And then push those hips.
Nat still has an arc,
Yeah,
on her back. So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
correct posture.
so it's protecting your lower back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now we're on the overhead press, guys. Remember, we're pulling the band out. So even if you just stood there like that, that's a workout in itself. But we're going to push up. All right, pull out and push up. And again, squeeze. Really feel like you've got someone's hand in the middle of your back and you're trying to squeeze the hand. And then that's it. Who needs a barbell, hey?
Hey.
Yeah.
How much heavier is the super heavy one compared to this?
Yeah, it's just the tension on it is
Tighter.
is a lot more. Yeah. I always like this heavy one because I feel like it's long enough. You can still ease off if you need to.
Can you relate them to weights with these bands?
Yeah, so
How many
they,
kilos?
Yeah.
8.8
yeah,
Oh, it says
8 kg, yes.
okay.
So 8 kg, but then it depends on how much tension you put on it too. So,
So right. So if you're using it for both arms, it's 8.8 in total.
yes,
It's like
yeah,
what-
that's right.
right, okay.
So 19.4, yes.
Pounds.
So it has it printed on the band.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
on the box as well.
So there are five bands. The first one is ultra light, and then there's light, medium, heavy, and ultimate. And what you guys are using today is heavy.
Heavy.
It's heavy. Yeah, and
Yeah,
as you
it's
do-
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
As you do different exercises, I mean, this one's a pretty hard one to be doing
the good
squats
mornings.
and things
Holy
with.
smoke.
Yeah, so it just depends on what exercise you want to do. Yeah, a couple of them are great.
And you can lie down as well and use them for your legs as well, right?
Absolutely, and for your abs, you can be
Abs.
doing use them for supported sit-ups as well. There's all sorts of things, and you can also hook them around a pole and do exercises with it too. So
You can hook them
Yes.
around a partner as well and pull them in.
yes, absolutely.
I'm just trying-
Are you okay or not this morning,
I'm just
Angel?
trying to think
It's
of different
Monday,
ways you
Monday
can
for
use
her.
it.
A little bit violent today.
Yeah. What she had over the weekend. Okay, please stand by on traffic. We're going back on air. Stand by.
OneFM 91.3 traffic.
Usual delays across the expressways, the SLE towards the BKE, an accident before Lento Avenue exit. Avoid lane 1. What else do we have for you? No, just the usual delays across the expressways. Please stay within the speed limit. Have everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning, Singapore. It is Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean. Natalie Dau with us, Rockstar Arms. Hope you enjoyed the workout.
It was good.
Good job.
It was good.
Good job,
It was good.
FD.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was really good.
These
I
bands are
found
great.
something I can do that doesn't. How do I put this?
Kill you?
No, leave me with pain in my back, because normally doing most exercises for as long, just those few minutes that we did,
Yeah.
would leave me with a pain in my back.
Yeah, and I think also it's about doing it correctly.
Yeah.
So you have Natalie, who's the
And I
expert.
think because I can watch Natalie,
Yeah.
I'm a little more conscious of what I'm doing,
And your
which I
form
think is
also.
very important.
So if you want to, do you have any of these exercise band workouts in your app as well?
I don't, but I'm about to release one on a new site called Elite Fit for You. So I can share that link when it's up, and it's actually an AI workout. So I critique you as you go through.
Oh, nice.
wow.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
So
That's the way to go, man.
That'll
yes,
be a good
it's
one.
very exciting. Yeah.
Nice. We look forward to that.
And just to let you know, Natalie, we're getting some very important questions on our Facebook page. Where can I buy your top?
This is latest Under Armour.
It is a very nice top.
Yeah.
Very, very colorful, yeah.
Very important questions coming through here.
Do they have it for guys as well?
No, but they've got some great colours in there at the moment for guys. So, yeah, this is one of their run tops. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Nice.
So, okay, going back to back pain and anyone who has that back pain, what are some basics that they can do today at home?
Yeah, so, I've got to preface it with number one, losing weight for a lot of people helps back pain. So, I think you can do everything in the world, but if you're carrying too much weight, then things aren't going to change. Obviously we've exercised our core muscles and our glutes, which we spoke about. Look at what shoes you're wearing to support as well. That's a super, super, super important one. So if your stride's not right and you don't have supportive shoes, then that's going to definitely impact your back. Sitting in the office or sitting at home, working from home, look at your desk and your chair setup. And then it's also, really letting your spine relax while you sleep too. So think about the mattress you're sleeping on, your pillow, your head position, because that's when your spine really needs to relax. So if it's tense going into bed and you're not on the right mattress or on the right pillow, then that can really have an impact.
So it's basically about everything that you do. You got to be mindful of how your back is reacting to it.
Absolutely. And no short, sharp movements, as we said, of bending down wrongly to pick something up or twisting, because that will certainly aggravate it.
Yeah, it's absolutely true, because I found that even the type of chairs I have in my living room have had to change.
Yeah.
Because if you sit down for too long, you just get up with terrible back pain if the chairs aren't right.
And the way you walk,
Yes.
like Natalie said, the shoes you wear and what you
like
do.
I need very broad shoes. Anything that's narrow, and I've got back pain.
So I think these are the small things that people don't think about. I mean, especially for women, like with high heels as well. I'm so glad that sneakers are in fashion now. It's just like I wear sneakers with everything now.
100%, yeah, that's the way forward.
You know what I think is a problem as well, that most people overlook? Their sofas.
Yes.
Sofas are really bad
Really
these days
bad,
because
yeah.
they're too soft.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and people spend hours sitting or lying on their sofas, you know, watching HBO Go, Disney
Netflix,
Plus,
yes.
Netflix,
Yes.
and they wonder, why is my back not feeling too good
Yeah.
today?
Yeah.
Because
And the
you've been on the sofa for 5 hours, that's why.
Exactly. And a good way to do that is just pop yourself on the floor and sit with your back up against the sofa for a bit of a change, or just get up and stretch for a couple of minutes before you go back. So, yeah, you know, go and watch Netflix, but then, you know, do the stretches in between, or sit down and think about your posture.
So you could be the fittest person in the world and sit on that sofa for 5 hours and still feel that pain as you get up, right?
Of course.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And of course, let's not forget, okay, if you're experiencing chronic pain, you know, go see a doctor or something like that. Get yourself
Always.
checked out.
Medical professional, 100%, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Natalie, for joining us once again.
Thanks, guys. Have a fantastic week ahead.
Thanks
You
for
too,
the
Natalie. We had a
exercise
great
bands,
time. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. And that was Natalie Dau, also known as Rockstar Arms. Hope you enjoyed the workout. We work out with Natalie every Monday, so go spread the word.
I'll tell you, you know how we were talking about chairs? You know how you have those disc chairs in the old days, those round chairs?
No.
They were in a circle, almost like a cone, and you'd sit in it. They were cane.
Okay.
Yes,
Right?
okay.
Right?
Yep.
I used to have those in my living room when I was younger. I was in my 20s, and I sat in them all the time, and I ended up with a bruised tailbone.
Oh, wow. Because it's so hard.
Because it's so hard and you sit so long in it, it can actually bruise your tailbone.
Was this with
And-
or without a cushion?
Without a cushion.
Wow, okay.
And I'll tell you how bad it is when you've got a bruised tailbone. Every time you sit down, it's a pain that goes right through into your head.
The ones I had at home, it wasn't made of cane. They were like bands.
Bands.
Yeah, the rubber
just as
type,
bad.
yeah.
Just
Soft.
as bad.
Really?
Just as bad. You can actually bruise your tailbone
But those are
sitting in
soft,
those.
though.
Yeah.
Still,
Really?
because it'll only give so much, and then it starts to
it's the
rub on that
angle of-
tailbone. It's the angle.
I
you're
had
sitting
pants
in.
on. It's not like I was sitting.
No, it'll still,
them.
it will still hurt you.
Casino
And it's,
Royale.
I don't think he
It's-
was talking about being naked while
I
sitting on
wasn't
his chest.
naked.
No,
I
he
see,
wasn't
I
naked.
see.
Yeah.
but it does take a long time to heal.
Speaking of
Long time to
being
heal.
naked on a chair, the next song, please.
Coming up, we've got our Principal Dietitian, Bibi Chia, on The Big Show TV. In the meantime, here's Def Leppard, When Love and Hate Collide, on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3. Good morning, Singapore.
Get it when love and hate.
Love and hate
When
collide.
love and hate collide, yeah.
It's your bottom and that cane chair.
Me and exercise.
Right? But I really like these bands. I don't know why it's
These
taken me
bands
so
are
long
really
to try them.
Awesome.
Because I'm
That's,
always like yoga
yeah.
or a gym or something. And here is Bibi.
Bibi Chia!
There you go.
Oh my
Holy
goodness,
smoke.
look at that. A new TV.
Yeah, it's a toaster.
No, it's
Coffee
not.
maker.
It's a coffee maker.
It's a coffee maker, is it?
Good morning, Bibi.
We can't hear
we can't
you.
hear
Some
you.
audio
It's okay.
issues.
Just in a bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, I
we'll-
love that color of the top. She's always so bright.
Yeah.
Love it. Bringing some sunshine to our Monday.
Yeah.
And I think today, actually, funny enough, because of that massive coffee machine she has next to her, we're actually talking about coffee.
Are you sure that's a coffee machine?
That's a coffee
It looks
machine.
like a coffee machine. Either that or it's a drink dispenser of sorts.
They'll just try and work out Bibi's sound for a bit
Some
because we
tech
don't have.
issues.
But this is interesting because we are going to talk about coffee, and many people say coffee is great if you want to lose weight. Other people say it's really bad for you. But coffee is one issue. The other issue I want to talk about with Bibi today is tea.
Oh, you
I
love
have
your
a-
tea, right?
Yes, and my father had a problem because he drank tea. And I was sitting down going, I drink so much tea, I wonder if it'll affect me as well.
What was your dad's problem?
A buildup of fatty material around the heart. And in
Because of the
those
tea?
days, doctors said it was because of tea. But you got to remember, this is like 30, 40 years ago.
But is this what your cardiologist is saying?
No, I'm going by what my father told me.
Yeah.
And I just want to know whether it's true or has new research come out and proved that it's not.
And how did your father have his tea?
They
Just
all-
tea?
yeah.
No, I mean tea, no sugar,
No
nothing.
sugar,
Yeah.
no.
'Cause you
nothing.
would think it's a
Just
sugar
tea.
or
But the
something.
thing is, who told your father that though? His doctor?
A doctor.
Then you should go and get yourself checked out.
Yeah,
then
but this was 40 years ago, so I don't know whether research from then to now has proven that this may not be the
or
the
maybe
truth.
just speak to your cardiologist and ask him if there's really such a thing.
Yeah,
Because
it'll be interesting.
that's the first time I'm hearing
Yeah,
anything.
I've
like
never
that.
heard a doctor say it. But
What did you call it? What buildup?
Fatty tissue, fatty buildup around the heart.
Around
So
the heart.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I've heard of fatty buildup around.
But you have to
the
Around the
liver.
tissue?
Wait, I have to
As
tell
in
you,
like fatty
Yeah,
liver.
I have to tell you, my dad used to drink like 10, 12 cups of tea a day. He was crazy.
And how many do you drink?
Tea, maybe 3.
Yeah, but your dad used to drink, as you just mentioned, teh or teh o kosong, right?
Kosong, yeah.
Then it should be okay.
I
what?
just don't see tea doing that to you.
Yeah.
Bibi.
Bibi.
Good morning.
Hey, we have sound.
Right.
Good morning, Bibi. Okay, so we can hear you now. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Sorry, there's a little bit of glitch this morning. Maybe I
worries.
had my coffee, that's why.
It's okay. We were just trying to take bets on what that machine next to you is. Someone said toaster. Someone said television.
It's a
someone
movie
said
projector.
water
And OHP.
and
That's
OHP.
everything apart from washing your dishes.
There you go. It's a dishwasher.
It's a instant like a coffee machine, like a latte machine. And if you put the milk pot in there, it makes a perfect cup of coffee each time by just pressing a button. So I'm going to show you some coffees and teas that we're going to do today. But I guess, I think what people want to know is how many cups of coffee can you drink in a day?
Yes.
Tell us.
But how many cups do you drink in a day?
Okay, I have 2. The only coffee I drink during the day is when I'm on shift, and I have 2.
Okay, I have 3 plus 1 decaf.
Wow.
During the week, I have 1, and then on the weekends 2.
I do 2. One
Wow,
hot,
so
one
you're
cold.
drinking the right amounts of coffee.
Oh, there you go.
The recommendation is typically about no more than 3 cups, just because, if you drink too much coffee, you'll be having too much caffeine. And within a day, our caffeine intake shall not exceed 400 milligrams. And that is, for adults. But I also noticed that there are more children and family drinking more teas because of bubble tea.
Yeah.
And it raises some concern to me because below the age of 12, we shouldn't be, exposing children to too much caffeine. And even if they are above 12 to 18, the recommendation is no more than 100 milligrams of caffeine, which equates to 1 cup of coffee or 2 small cups of tea.
Wow, but why is this so, Bibi? Why are kids discouraged from consuming caffeine?
It is because it can make them a little bit more active.
Okay.
That's one reason. But then again, there are also cases of attention deficit disorders where we would recommend small amounts of caffeine to help them with their attention. And so there are other groups of people that I don't recommend to drink as much coffee, and that would be for pregnant women, say, for example, should limit to no more than 200 milligrams of caffeine. And so you work backwards, it's maybe just 1 cup of coffee or 1 or 2 cups of coffee if you really have to.
When you say you discourage pregnant women from having coffee, is it because it can become an addiction and the child can get that addiction as well, or what is the reason?
because it can also raise your heart rates, and it can cross the placenta. And so ideally is not to have too much caffeine, but also women who are lactating should also limit the caffeine, because it can pass through, small amounts can pass through breast milk, and you'll have a very active baby.
When it comes through, it becomes cappuccino.
Nice and warm as well.
Bibi, I want to go back to that addiction thing. So is caffeine addictive?
It is addictive because of what it makes people, or how it makes people feel. Like, I think I am addicted because every morning I need to wake up and have a cup of coffee, or else it feels as though my day hasn't started.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people the same. But what I do is I try and over the years now have no sugar in my coffee. And at times I have no milk in the coffee as well, just to save some calories. I think the worst kind of coffee might actually be those 3-in-1 coffees.
Actually, that's very true. My cardiologist told me this after I had my heart attack. He said one of the worst things you can take is 3-in-1 coffee.
Yes, if you look at the nutrient analysis of an instant coffee, you will notice that it can go up to 180 calories, which is almost like a sandwich, and that's within that tiny sachet.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed that instant coffee has become more and more heavy per sachet. Something has to be in there. It could be sugar, it could be creamer, and so the calories are piling up. Just because people are craving for that extra creamy instant coffee.
Yeah, and the fat content is extremely high because of the creamer.
It's crazy.
And they use the worst kind of sugar in a 3-in-1 as well.
Bibi, are there any health benefits to drinking coffee and tea?
Yes. First of all, coffee is health promoting. If you do not drink more than 8 cups, because if you look at the benefits immediately after 8 cups, the benefits just stops there. So what are some of the benefits would be? It reduces risk of heart problems, reduces risk of high cholesterol levels, but also it can help to improve your mental alertness, reduce risk of Alzheimer's even. So there are many benefits of drinking coffee, and that same goes for tea, because tea is rich in antioxidant. Have you heard of this antioxidant called catechin?
Yes.
No, I haven't. Wow.
Yeah. So different teas have different levels of catechin, and typically the green teas that have the most amount of catechin. And we also notice that people who drink tea tend to have better memory. And it's interesting how much the studies recommend, because versus one cup versus 4 cups, the people who drink more actually retain their memory better. So the more tea you drink, the better. But I would still recommend no more than 4 to 5 cups of tea a day, just to keep within the caffeine content.
So you say 4 to 5 cups of tea a day versus no more than 3 cups of coffee. So you're saying in general, tea is a better drink than coffee?
If you're going to have more, I think tea is a better drink to have.
FD was telling us something just now.
Yeah.
FD, you want to run it by Bibi on air?
On air.
Yeah,
I'll run it
okay.
by Bibi
Recap a
on
little
air.
bit.
All right, here we go.
Traffic, you can have these.
Okay.
Amber.
OneFM 91.3 traffic.
PIE towards Changi, a vehicle broken down after the BKE. TPE towards the PIE roadworks before Loyang Avenue exit, avoid lane 3. PIE towards Tuas, a vehicle broken down before Jalan Bahar, avoid lane 1. AYE towards the MCE, a vehicle broken down at Portsdown Avenue exit. SLE towards the BKE, an accident before Lentor Avenue, congestion is to the TPE. Please stay within the speed limit, have everyone buckled up, be safe as you drive today.
It's the Big Show on 1FM 91.3. Glenn Angel, FD and Sean, and we have our Principal Dietitian with us on the Big Show TV as well. Bibi Chia, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, Bibi. So you're talking about health benefits and how much tea and coffee we should be drinking daily. And FD, you had a question earlier related to your dad, right?
So, Bibi, I'm going to take you back. This was 40 years ago. Okay, when my dad told us this. He developed a heart problem. It was a buildup of fatty tissue around his heart, which to me is strange as it is. And they put it down to him drinking too much tea. He used to drink 10 to 12 cups a day.
Wow.
He was a nut for tea.
That's a lot of tea.
And I just don't see how tea is going to build fat around your heart.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense
Was
to me.
it the tea, you think, or?
Or could it have been the sugar in the... Well, no, but his tea was always kosong.
Oh, kosong.
Oh, and there's no milk in there?
No,
Is
nothing. Nothing.
And it's not bubble tea?
No, not bubble tea.
Not 40 years ago.
So that doesn't really happen, does it?
No, it sounds a bit unusual, I have
Yeah.
to say. But when you drink too much tea, what happens is that it can chelate iron. That's what I can think of, which makes you, it can cause anemia if you don't have enough iron in your diet as well. So I wouldn't recommend people to drink 8 to 10 cups of tea.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 to 5 cups would be good. And it also has the benefit of improving your memory.
Right.
So many people are not addicted. Okay, I'm sorry. I take that back. So many people love their tea and coffee, but are there certain teas and coffees that are more recommended than other teas and coffees?
Yes, first of all, I would say that instant coffees that comes in a sachet with all that sugar and creamer can actually be very high in saturated fat, sugar, and calories. So the 3-in-1 coffees, I would generally not recommend. And if you're going to have your coffee, maybe have with less sugar. But there are also teas that I have here today that have higher levels of antioxidants or catechin. And that is either the matcha or the gyokuro, which is tea leaves that are grown in shade that forces more antioxidants to be formed.
Also, you've got a beautiful coffee machine, which people can actually watch on the Big Show TV in just a while. Could you just tell us a little bit more, and then we'll do the demonstration live on the Big Show TV?
Sure. And so this machine helps you make a coffee with just a press, and you can have your latte just with perfect latte with just one of the selected buttons over here. And you can also make black coffee. I think, what's interesting is the milk pot on the side. So if you can choose to have lactose-free milk, or you can have soy milk, rice milk, oat milk, but maybe the frothing function may not be the same versus, full cream milk.
Right.
You should always use low-fat milk, by the way.
Can't wait for the demonstration.
Yeah.
We're talking to Principal Dietitian Bibi Chia right here on The Big Show. Up next, Queen. Here's We Will Rock You. Okay,
so how do we
Let's
make
go with
this
the demonstration.
latte?
Yeah, okay. So I just use these glasses because they are transparent so that we can see them. What I'm going to do is just fit this here. Should we do a cappuccino or latte?
A cappuccino.
Yeah, let's do cappuccino.
All right.
So we can see more froth, is it? Look at that.
It's grinding. So from bean, yeah. So from bean to cup, and everything is natural.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's beans. Okay.
And it grinds the beans.
Yeah. Glenn's like, I want one.
Yeah, man.
He wants two, I think.
So you can get one and then you can bring your own coffee to work. It's healthier
Yeah,
than the stuff
exactly.
you're drinking now.
Wow.
And it's really frothy as well.
Yeah. High-tech stuff, man.
Hot milk makes
Yes.
all the difference.
Oh, so nice. And the smell after I use the machine is amazing.
I can sell coffee over the weekend to my neighbors.
Yeah, you can.
You reckon?
Would you like, how many lattes and cappuccinos?
Exactly.
Oh, look at that.
Put some cinnamon on top as well.
There you go. If you don't want coffee, we can have a nice glass of
Hot milk.
Absolutely. That'd be great just before you go to bed, right?
And you can choose how much coffee you want. So is it a single shot or
So
a
there's
double
not
shot?
a lot of coffee that goes into that, huh? There's a lot of
Cappuccino,
milk,
no.
yeah.
A lot more milk.
I
Yeah.
had no idea so much milk went into a cappuccino.
Yeah, this
Oh, look at
Look
that!
at that.
Oh!
Look at the coffee just go down. Look at that. It's just very little coffee versus a whole lot of
Yeah,
milk.
but if I want a double,
And if you want a double, you can select on one of the
2
buttons.
shots.
I think it also
Yes,
depends on the
yes.
size of your cup. You
Cup,
just want to make
yeah.
sure it doesn't overflow, right?
Look at that.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So you can select your different coffees over here.
Wow.
And what I really like is that I can make tea with this machine too.
I was
come
gonna
on. How
ask,
do you do
how
that?
do you do tea?
You remove this, and then this is just a hot water spout. And so the temperature to make matcha is about 80 degrees.
That's right.
And for gyokuro is about 50 to 60 degrees. But the problem is this is just boiling water. So we're just going to use matcha powder today. And per serve is about 1.5 grams. So I'm just going to use a teacup like that as well, just so that we can see. And I've got an organic matcha powder here. You can easily purchase from is it not Daiso? Donkey.
Donkey.
Donkey. Okay.
Oh, and then you just put it under the water spout, right? Okay.
And you get boiling water. Very cool.
You see, this machine and the brand is just like the Big Show. You know, the tagline, let's make things better.
Better, yeah. So true.
Yeah. So what I really like about matcha is that you can use this to make tea, but you can put it in your cookies, your cakes, you know, to naturally flavor your food. And recently I went to this bakery and they put it in the bread roll and it tastes so good.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll reheat it in an air fryer and it's so tasty and smells so good.
Let's see what happens.
I'm sorry, I forgot to press the button.
It's okay.
There you go.
So,
And matcha also comes in the leaves form, does it? Or is it only powder? I don't drink matcha, so I don't know.
it comes in the tea form.
Tea form as
but
well, okay.
but the antioxidant level is not as high.
Yes.
Because and one interesting thing about matcha is that it is the most finely ground food on the surface of this earth.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, if you go to Japan, you know, and they teach you how to actually make matcha with the brush and all that.
It's all in your
It
wrist.
is powder.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
It's all in
Okay.
your wrist.
Yeah.
So it's better as a powder form.
Yes, it
It's
is.
better,
It is
okay.
better. Yes,
Okay.
yes. And I think when it's in the powder form, you actually consume the leaves in some ways because it's tea leaf.
Could I add this to my overnight oats?
Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, I think you can.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm getting some matcha.
Oh.
You
later
can
then.
add anything to your
You're
overnight
right.
oats, actually.
Yeah.
Try
You can be
that.
as creative as you like,
Yeah,
right?
okay,
That's the
matcha
beautiful
powder.
thing.
And this is a gyokuro, one of my favorite teas. I think this one you will need to buy from a specialty store. And it's interesting because after finding out that it's so high in antioxidant,
it's so
I
pretty.
have. It's so pretty. And what I've done is found somebody who sells it, and it's from Shizuoka. So I met this gentleman who imports tea, and I said I beg him to give me 2 little pots of this gyokuro tea.
Gyokuro.
Gyokuro tea.
Gyokuro.
I have to say, it's the first time I'm hearing about
Yeah,
this
same.
tea. Gyokuro.
And it's super high antioxidant, and it tastes really delicious as well. Just demonstrate this a little bit.
Where can we buy this from?
There are some specialty Japanese stores that you can buy this from.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't go to the store
Right,
to
right.
to buy.
I think we just have to remember the name Gyokuro.
Gyokuro. I think that's the
Gyokuro.
Japanese specialty store in the basement of Great World.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
moved from near Clarke Quay. What was that?
Liangcourt.
At Liangcourt,
Yeah.
they've moved to Great World, so they probably can get it there as well. And maybe Donkey.
Oh,
Maybe-
I looked I looked in
Oh, it's
Donkey.
green as well. It's green
It's
as
green
well.
as well, yeah.
Oh.
Yes, and one interesting thing about this tea is how it's grown, and although it's not organic, the amount of pesticides used is very limited because of how it's cultivated. So they would grow in certain times of the year where it's a bit colder, and so that you don't get so much pest. And they intentionally grow parts of its span in the shade that forces the catechin to increase, or the other antioxidants to increase as well. So it's quite fun. I'm definitely not a tea specialist, but definitely a tea drinker.
It's very interesting that you have these specialty teas, because I drink a tea that comes out of Australia, which is an Aboriginal tea.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So basically it's shrubs and stuff like that they use. And I find it amazing for when I'm bloating.
Ooh.
They have one that you take for when you're bloated.
Oh.
And it's really, really good tea.
That should
and
be
their
marketed
teas-
to women.
Yeah, their teas, they're orange, and some of them are red.
What does it taste like? Is it fruity? Is it herbal? Is it
The orange one's a bit herbal. The red one's a little fruitier.
okay?
And no milk, no sugar, nothing. It's just
Straight up.
perfectly flavored.
Nice.
Perfectly flavored. So yeah,
I'm not a tea specialist. either.
I just love my tea. Coffee.
And is it a herbal tea?
It's a
or
herbal tea. It's a herbal tea.
Nice.
It's a herbal
So some of these herbal teas, such as rosemary tea and fenugreek tea, does help with the digestion as well.
Yeah.
So if you are not taking any caffeine, or you are avoiding caffeine, these are some of the other options that you can consider as well.
So you said rosemary and fenugreek. So does that mean I can literally take my rosemary herbs from my pantry and put it into hot water?
Yes, you can. I think the taste might be a little bit strong on the rosemary side. You might want to blend something else with it.
Okay.
Would be quite interesting. You could even put orange peel inside your tea. That's quite nice. And also it has the other health benefits as well from the peel of the orange.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Right. So more and more people are getting bloated these days, huh? Bibi, or has this always been a problem for most people?
I found that as I get older, it happens more.
Is there a
depending on what I
reason?
eat.
Is there a reason for this, Bibi?
I think might be the way our food is processed. It might be our gut microbiome. It might be how certain medication like antibiotics can lead to your gut dysbiosis, and so it might be a variety of reasons. And so I am a big supporter of eating more natural foods, even fermented foods, to help with easier digestion.
Guys,
for some people, their tummies are just
sensitive.
very sensitive.
Yeah. Have you noticed how that cappuccino is changed in color on the table?
Yeah.
Look how beautiful it is now.
The layers.
The layers of it is just beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm going to get this coffee machine today. You know?
And it really helps because I would like to, sometimes have different types of coffee. But, if you don't have a frother, it's just a little bit difficult to make a beautiful coffee like this one over here. And so I would recommend this machine, actually.
So it only works on, with coffee beans, huh? Bibi?
It has a little container on the top over here that you can put coffee powder. I can just show this to you.
Can we zoom in on the top?
Yeah. So over here you could put a coffee powder, and over here is where you put the
beans.
The beans, yes.
Right,
And
okay.
you can select how fine or coarse you want to grind the coffee. And what I really like is that it doesn't lose flavor because it's still beans in that container. It's not like the powder that sometimes can lose flavor. You want to put it in an airtight container. Yes. But this extra compartment here is actually very useful for coffee powder.
Okay.
So you can pre-grind your beans, and then can you take them out to store them and then use them as powder later on for this machine? Technically, you could, right?
Yeah, and if you have somebody in the house who prefers a decaf coffee, you could buy the decaf coffee in the powder and use this machine as well. So then you have your decaf and your caffeinated.
Right. Yeah. I like decaf once in a while. Okay. All right. Hey, thank you so much, Bibi.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bibi.
And I'm going to have my coffee now. Thank you.
Okay. Take care.
See you, everybody.
Thank
See you
you
next
very much.
Monday.
Bye.
Bye, Bibi. Such a pleasure always talking to our Principal Dietitian, Bibi Chia, and the stuff that she has there, with her as well.
Yeah.
I think at this rate, I'm going to buy every single thing,
Right?
that she
So you've already
highlights
got
on the
that
show.
big machine,
So have
the
you got the Thermomix yet?
Not yet. But I'm so tempted though.
If you don't cook at home, there's no point getting
Your
it.
kitchen's so small.
There's no point
Yeah,
getting
that's
it if
true.
you don't cook.
That's
Unless you're
true.
an avid cooker, there's no point getting it.
Yeah, but this coffee machine.
This coffee,
That coffee
machine
machine's
looks good.
That looks good.
Can do
Gotta
it
say.
decaf some more.
You could get a smaller version. That is a very big version. Your kitchen may
there's
not
a
have.
smaller
I'm
version?
sure there are. There's so many coffee machines out
Yeah.
there.
No,
for sure.
I have Maestro right now. I've been using my Nespresso Maestro for years. But
You're getting tired of it.
Time for a change.
Glenn just
You
saw
should
a
try
new
the
toy.
Vertuo, the Nespresso Vertuo.
oh yeah,
You should try that.
with the bigger capsules.
And it's got the crema on top. So you like your coffee black, right?
Yeah.
So in the morning, you just put it in, and it has got this thick layer of creme from the coffee, from the coffee that forms on top.
Okay.
And it's very, very nice.
Maybe we
Yeah.
should check that out as
Check
well.
that out. There you go.
How many
Yeah,
coffee
espresso.
machines does one person need?
Now one.
Two, now you got two hands, alright?
Okay. So is that it? Is
That's
that
it.
all the time we have?
Yeah, 9
Yes.
9:01?
9:01.
What?
Yep.
All
Bye.
cannot see,
Okay. All right. Oh my goodness.
You need a bigger red card.
Yeah, you
Maybe
just
we
need a
should
focus.
change the color.
No,
Time
you're just need to
flies
focus.
when you're
Focus.
having fun.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching The Big Show TV. Share the video, please. Bye. Have a great Monday.